Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am super excited for this video since this is my first video on this channel. I will be bringing you cleaning motivation videos every week along with new recipes. So I really hope that you consider subscribing to my channel. And I will start with a little intro, just letting you know a little bit about myself. My name's Lily. I am a mom of two beautiful girls. I work a full-time job, and I love doing things around the house, whether it's cleaning, organizing, or decorating my home. I find it very entertaining, and I hope that I can motivate you to feel the same way about your home. So if you like these kind of videos, subscribe. Just click that subscribe button and activate the bell next to it so that YouTube will notify you every time I post a new video. And well, let's get started with today. I am focusing really on the areas that we use every day: the living room, the kitchen, and the dining room. These are areas that get dirty every day because we're constantly using them. We're walking into these areas and we're using them, and I think that's pretty basic for everybody's home. These are the areas that everybody uses on a daily basis. So I'm starting with the living room. As you can tell, there's not a lot of furniture in my living room. All I have is the couch and, well, the TV and the TV stand. So this area is actually pretty easy to clean. I am using the Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose cleaner for my TV stand. On the TV, I just used a wet rag. I don't put any chemicals on it, just water. I clean it first with the wet rag microfiber cloth, and then I wipe it down. I dry it up with a cloth that is specially for screens, for computer screens or TV screens. I dry it with that and it cleans it pretty well. It doesn't really need anything else. So the TV stand, I'm focusing on this with the Mrs. Meyer's cleaner, which we will see me using that a lot around the house. This candle, guys, I got this last year at Bath and Body Works, and I love this scent. So what I didn't use it all up last year for fall season, so I saved it for this year. I still have to go and maybe buy a few more candles for this year, but since I still had this one and it still works, I said, why not? Let's use it. On these pictures, I'm just going to dust them down, and then I'm going to use a window cleaner. Then we're going to move on to the windows. Same thing, I'm just using Windex, which is just the basic window cleaner. And then we are going to move on to the floors. I'm interested to know how often you guys clean your windows. I really only do this maybe once a month or once every couple of months. Let me know in the comment section how often you guys clean the windows. I don't know if I'm cleaning them often enough or if I should be doing this, maybe just every couple of weeks. They don't get super dirty, but they do, get really dusty, and I don't even know how the dust gets in here, but they do get pretty dusty when I go to clean them. So I'm not sure if every month or every couple of months, if that's a basic time for everybody. Let me know if you guys clean them more often than that. In the living room, I'm gonna be vacuuming the floors, and then I'm gonna be mopping. I used to have a cordless stick vacuum, and I ended up trading it for this one because I felt I needed one that had a little bit more suction power, and I really like this vacuum. But I think I was already used to the cordless one, and now I am struggling with this cord. It's driving me crazy every time I use it. So I think I might go back to a cordless vacuum. I am in the process of looking for one that I really want. If you guys have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments, because I don't know how much longer I can take the cord. So I need a cordless vacuum, a cordless stick vacuum, and one that has good suction power. I had a little bit of a hard time putting this couch back, but it is super heavy. But as you guys can see, I don't have a rug in here, so that kind of helps, so that the couch can just slide back. So I'm able to do it myself. I've thought about adding a rug in here, but I really don't like carpet. My husband isn't a fan of it either. We just do not like carpet. In our previous home, we had carpet everywhere, so I think we just got sick of it. And now that we have the tile, I don't want to add rugs everywhere. So I'm still thinking about that. It might just stay like this though. I do like that I'm able to move the couch, but at the same time, whenever we sit on it, if we just, go and sit on it and throw ourselves on the couch, it starts sliding backwards slowly. So every now and then I have to kind of go back there and push it out so that it's not hitting the curtains. And I think if adding a rug would help with that, unless I can find a different solution. But in the meantime, we just have that tile, and like I said, I'm just vacuuming up and just mopping all with my hose heater mop. You guys, I don't know if you noticed, I am also cleaning the baseboards with the mop. I like that I can do it with that mop. It's really easy. It's just I just kind of drag it along the wall. And it just gives the baseboards just a quick clean. It's not really a deep clean, but it helps with just the dust that sits on there. So I'm trying to do that as much as I can when I'm mopping, so that the dust doesn't pile up in there. And then every now and then I will go back and do a deep clean. But today that was just a basic clean. Moving on to the mudroom, this area really gets messy all the time. This is what we come in through. We park the car in the garage and we come in, and this is the first area that is in the house. So we end up just leaving everything here. There's face mask. You guys noticed there was a face mask in the living room. There were I think I found like 2 or 3 other face masks in this area. You guys, I'm finding these face masks everywhere. I find them in the house, in the car, in my dreams. Do you guys have that same problem? Let me know. Or is it just my kids that are leaving their face masks all over the house? But it's not just that. We get here, we leave our purses here, our hats, sweaters, you name it. Or sometimes we're organizing a different area, cleaning a different area, and we're moving things and we're trying to find a place to put things, and they all end up in this area. So it was already time to clean up. and get rid of all the things that do not belong here, which you notice most of the things that were here did not belong in this area. So same thing, I'm just giving it a clean, moving everything out of here, everything that does not belong in here, and just cleaning with the same Mrs. Meyer's spray, sweeping and mopping, and then we're going to move on to the dining room. I am using my Swiffer duster to dust down a little bit in a lot of the areas that I'm cleaning today. I get a lot of dirt in here. You can't really see it, but things do get dusty. I don't know if that's a normal thing for everybody's house, but my backyard is not fully done, so there is a lot of dirt back there, and I think maybe that's why I get a lot of dust in the house. From the windows, it just comes in somehow. I don't really keep my windows open, but it somehow gets in here, so I do keep that handy. That duster really helps with dusting really any part of the house that I need to dust down. That really helps me. This sliding door, I do have to clean more often than I do the windows because we're constantly touching it as well, so it gets dirty, not just because of the dust, but because we are constantly putting our hands on it, so there's fingerprints and it just gets super dirty. So I'm constantly cleaning it. The inside, I clean it with the window cleaner, but the outside I just use dish soap. So same as when I mop, it's the same thing. I just use water and a little bit of dish soap. I use the Mrs. Meyer's dish soap to mop and to clean this window. And if you guys want to say hi to Rosalie, that's Rosalie out there. She usually stays out here. She comes inside for a portion of the day, but she has her little house outside, especially when I'm cleaning. I let her stay outside because I don't want her running all over the place and leaving a mess right behind me. She's probably worse than the kids. Kids run around and leave a mess while you're cleaning. Rosalie is worse. She's constantly making, leaving her little paws everywhere, climbing on things. So she's out there for right now. But that's Rosalie. guys, if you're liking this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Now we're moving on to the kitchen, which is where I had the biggest mess. Really, the kitchen is the one that gets the dirtiest every day. I'm going to be cleaning the appliances. I'm going to be cleaning with the Mrs. Meyer's multi-purpose cleaner. Then I'm going to be using a Method Granite Cleaner for the granite countertop, that's my favorite cleaner for the granite countertops. I have tried so many different things, and that is the one that has really been the easiest to clean with, and it leaves the countertop super shiny, super clean. And we're also going to be using a different cleaner for the stovetop. I love using this Barkeeper's Friend cleaner for the stovetop to give it a deep clean. It really helps. I'm just going to spread it all out, and we're going to leave it to soak there and to dry. While this dries, we are going to move on to clean the rest of the kitchen, and then we will come back to this. I like taking everything off the countertops whenever I'm going to clean the counters. I find it a lot easier to clean an area if I just remove everything, clean it, and then put everything back, and maybe reorganize as I'm putting things back. Moving on to the dishes, this is a constant battle. Every day there are dishes. Every day I wash the dishes and I turn around and there are new dishes in the sink. It will stay clean for like 5 minutes and then there's a new dish in there. Is this just my house? Is this everybody's house? It's a fight every day with these dishes. But anyways, we gotta clean them. So what I like to do when I have a lot of dishes like I do today, I like to organize them first, even if it sounds weird. I like to organize the pans on one side, the flat dishes on a different side, the cups on a different side, and so on and so on. I feel it's a lot easier to wash them that way, to just keep everything kind of grouped together. It really does make it faster. Maybe it's an extra step to organize them, but at the end of the day, it does make the cleaning process a little bit faster for me and just a little bit easier and a little bit more pleasant. You also saw me putting the dishes in the dishwasher, but I actually hand wash those dishes. I only put them in the dishwasher to dry. I am not turning on the dishwasher. I did not put soap in there. I only put them in there to dry because I don't like having a lot of dishes on the countertop. So I just put them in the dishwasher. I let them dry, and then I just put them away once they're dry. Usually in a couple hours they'll be dry and I can put them away, or they can just stay there till the next day or whenever I have time to put them away and I don't have to be looking at them on the countertops. So now this is dry. Our stovetop is dry. I am going to use this little knife. It's a knife that's especially for the countertops, and I just use that to scrub the areas that are super dirty to make sure that all of the food that's stuck on there is removed, and then I just clean it all off with a wet cloth and everything comes off. I love this cleaner with the little knife. It really helps and it really removes everything, and it leaves my stovetop just looking like new. For the kitchen sink, I'm only using dish soap. I'm going to wash that off with a brush, and then I'm going to dry the sink. I like to dry it every time I clean it to make sure that it doesn't leave any watermarks. And at the end, I'm going to be adding a couple drops of essential oil just to give it a nice, fresh, and clean smell. hope you guys got motivated to clean with me today. Now we're moving on to today's recipe. We are making Chile rellenos. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start roasting the poblano peppers. I'm going to boil the tomatoes, and I'm going to set another pot with boiling water. You want to fill about half of the pot with water to boil. And once the tomatoes are ready, once they've been boiled, we are going to make our sauce for the broth. So I am going to mix the tomatoes, the chicken bouillon, our ground cumin, and the garlic. Once that is all mixed together, we are going to add that to the pot of boiling water. While I'm waiting for the water to boil and I'm making my tomato sauce, while I'm doing all this, I'm also roasting the poblano peppers. So I'm making sure that they're roasted on both sides, and then you're going to place them in a plastic bag and just kind of wrap it up and make sure that it is closed. It needs to cool down, but they also need to continue almost cooking with the steam. Then that's going to help us once it's time to peel the peppers. So now that my sauce is done, like I said, I'm going to add this to the boiling water. Then I'm going to add I'm going to add the vegetables. I'm just going to let this heat up for maybe like 10 minutes while I chop my vegetables. You can use any vegetables you want, but today I picked zucchini and carrots. And wouldn't it be cool, guys, if I could actually chop my veggies this fast? But anyway, once we're done chopping that, I'm going to add them to that boiling water. And we're going to add our handful of cilantro and 1 serrano pepper. The serrano pepper, we're not going to cut it up. We're not going to do anything with it. Just wash it and just place it in the water. That's only to add taste. It doesn't really make it spicy. It just adds taste. If you don't want to do that, if you want to skip that step, if you want to avoid, you don't want it to be spicy at all or not have that kick, then that's fine. You don't have to place that. I really like the flavor that it adds to it. Now our poblano peppers are all done. They are cooled off. We're going to peel them. I'm also going to make a little hole, and that's where we're going to fill them. And I'm going to take out all the seeds. I try to make my food the least spicy that I can, so that my family will eat it. We're not great with spicy foods. An extra step that you can take also, once you have taken out all the seeds and once you have peeled it, you can actually rinse them off as well, just to make sure that all the seeds are out. And it kind of helps with toning down the pepper as well. Then we're going to stuff them and we are going to fry them. I'm going to be using mozzarella cheese and queso fresco today to stuff the peppers, but really you can use a variety of things. You can really just use your favorite white cheese, or you could even add chicken. Some people add a shredded chicken. I didn't really want to add chicken today. I wanted it just to be a little bit more on the veggie side, so I decided to add just the cheese, and this is what I'm using today. Once we are done filling these, I'm going to show you how I make the egg, how we mix the egg to go ahead and fry these. When we are mixing our egg, we want to separate the egg whites and the egg yolks. That helps with the consistency big time. So we're going to mix the egg whites first. Once they're pretty thick, then we're going to add the yolk and we're going to mix it together. And like I said, you want to have a really thick consistency. It really helps to stick on the peppers when we put them on, and it also helps with the frying. Okay, and finally, we are going to fry our peppers. I'm adding a little bit of flour, just coating the pepper in flour to make sure this is going to help the egg to stick to the pepper. We're going to dip it in the egg mix that we made, and then we are going to fry them, and that's it. We just have to fry it, make sure that the egg is cooked all the way on both sides, and that's it. That's your peppers. We are going to serve that with the broth. If your kids don't want to eat the peppers, they're not spicy, but they do have kind of like that pepper little kick to it. If your younger kids don't want to eat them, then you can use the broth and just add some shredded chicken to the broth, and that can be a meal for them. That's usually what I do with my little one. My teenager and my husband love the peppers, but my little one's not a huge fan of them. Not because they're spicy. She just looks at them, and she's kind of at that age where she looks at them and she's like, no, I don't want that. So she won't eat them. So I just add chicken to her broth, and that's it. I hope you guys like this video, guys. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and I hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to activate the little bell so that YouTube will notify you every time I post a new video. Bye, everyone.